postpartum.
So no.
Head ass.
No, wait, no.
I mean, you a father, yo.
Wait,
from your
hold on.
perspective, yeah.
Hold
I mean,
on.
they could get maternity
Hold on.
too, right?
Yeah, why you stepping on what he's saying as a
Hold
father,
on.
though?
That's why
Hold on.
I'm checking
why can't-
myself.
all right,
I said y'all can
damn.
get maternity leave, so
Now.
yes.
Now,
Y'all could get postpartum.
I have 4 children. 4. Married into 2. Had 2 after we got married. Right? Throughout raising the kids, raising her first 2, we was all right. She wasn't going through anything, she had a job, she was stable, had help from her mom, daycare, the whole 9 yards. So she's gone through that era already, and she's gotten out of it. Once we had our first, that was the third boy. I believe she went into that because she always wanted a girl. And once the boy was born, she always wanted another kid. And she was like, here we go again. So
But we're
she
talking about your postpartum.
everything up to me.
Your postpartum.
She left everything up to me to take care of the kids. Look, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I can't do this anymore, so forth and so forth. It's your turn.
So not so much of the fact that you were going through postpartum, but because she was going through postpartum, and now you felt like you were a single father because she didn't help.
Right. So going through all of that.
Welcome to being a mom.
Well, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Because
having to do it all.
I did that. And then after a while, it became to a point where I was like, okay, is this it? Like, do I have to do this for the rest of my life? Like, just sit here.
Yo,
That is
men are so funny.
Just
That is
sit
postpartum.
here, like-
That is exactly what postpartum
I mean,
is.
I want to go to work. I mean, and I can't.
And you want to breathe, and you just
Yo,
want to be able to not open the door or share your French fries or piss in peace or take a shit in peace for the rest of your life? Yes, that is exactly
Hold on,
what
wait a minute.
postpartum is.
Oh, wait.
That's
Michael,
exactly.
welcome back on
Welcome
camera.
back.
I'm glad you made it home safely.
That's what being a parent is. Whether the other significant person is there or not, that's a parent. It ain't got nothing to do with being a mommy or a daddy. It's supposed to be shared responsibilities equally across the board.
So you were
the
sad
only
about it?
thing that
You were
you
depressed?
can't do as a man is breastfeed.
I wasn't depressed. or
Everything
sad
else you
about
can
it
do as a
because
parent.
no matter what, I did what needed to be done. I did what needed to be done.
Bang.
Regardless.
Bang.
And I would ride my bike to get them to daycare while she got a ride to work. So going through all of that and seeing that on the daily, I was like, wow. Like,
I get it.
okay. All right. So this is it.
Maybe they have to have a term for it. Is it still postpartum for dads?
It's not necessarily.
No, it can't be postpartum.
because Postpartum literally comes from the physical.
Being
Act
pregnant,
of-
right?
yes.
It's
Is
more
this
like you
antepartum
fell
or
into a
postpartum?
depression.
So what?
Fell into a depression.
Okay,
Fell
that's
into
depression.
a depression of some sort. Depression was related to not having the assistance you needed, but you would have been able to get up and out of that depression the second she started helping.
To help.
The second she started to be able to do that. But the problem with postpartum is even
It
when
doesn't
you
go
have
away.
help, there's a sense of wrongness that's happening in your mind internally, and your body is also not helping you fix that. There's insecurities that come with it. There is little physical deformities that might happen. Like you could legit lose your pelvic floor might be damaged. You have possible internal organ damages like your kidneys or whatever it is. Wherever it is that kid sat the most might have a problem now. And because of it, every time you sneeze, you pee or whatever. So whatever you were having, it wasn't postpartum depression. It was depression as a whole because you felt alone in your parenthood. So it wasn't that. I mean, hey, Michael could say different.
Michael learned. You learned quickly. Go ahead, Michael. Your turn.
I was at the head of the class when I was reading.
I believe you. I believe you learned.
So there's 2 different things if it's about kids and when they're born. One, the mother does normally suffer from postpartum. whether it's just a little bit or as extreme as some of the ones that are like, I will kill this child to get it back in me.
Yeah.
And then there's all of the other, and that's a psychological thing that happens from postpartum. And I'm sorry because at home you hear all the
I hear the kids, hi guys, do you need a babysitter?
Do you want them?
I do have
We said want them.
No. Are they in the double digits?
One of them is.
I'll take the other one that is not in the double
Listen,
digits.
you actually might want the 15-year-old.
I don't.
Sure. Sure.
No, don't do it.
My nephew.
As long as you have Wi-Fi, he's pretty.
What's his sign?
He's Aquarius.
No!
Hey!
Keep him. You can keep him. Please keep him. No,
So-
We're too emotional for her.
no.
You know he is.
Yeah, he is.
Then we wouldn't work because I'm a bag of water.
So with fatherhood though, it's very different because we struggle in the beginning to connect with a child.
Yes.
Mother has that innate connection immediately from umbilical cord, and then you're out and it's suckling. You guys are connected to this baby forever in ways that we'll never be able to make. We start forming connections later, not even in the first few months.
No.
Like we struggle to make that connection in the beginning, and then when we do start getting that connection, some fathers have to drop other things before that connection happens. So now you have this connection with the child, but you've lost the connection to everything else. You now have depression because you're like, I used to chill with my friends. I used to do all of this. Yeah, we could say it's parenting, but
Parenting.
also
Quit your job.
Adulting.
your job is different when you get back to it because we do have paternal leave, which is a month now.
It's a reality check.
It is. It's a whole. Everything changes. Everything changes. All your relationships changes. Your relationships with your friends, your family, everything changes. It can make or break a relationship. Seriously, because of that whole connection thing. You're absolutely right. And that's where a lot of relationships make or break because that first 6 months, you're right. There is no relationship because children learn from men through cognitive. And in the beginning, there is no cognitive. They just want the nurturing. And because we carry that baby for 10 months, if it's full term, that connection's already there from jump. So you're right. And by the time that 6 months kicked in, y'all are tired of trying to build with this thing that don't even want to coo at you. And the first thing that it says is dad. And you're like, but what you mother ass? And you're vexed because dog, y'all didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You did nothing. And then the little shit looks like you and it says dad. Like the audacity. The audacity.
Yo, some of us do something.
Bruh.
Is it audacity or is it greatness at work?
Wow.
You know what? I think I'm gonna wrap this up right there with that
Uh-oh.
Because he is
because
trash
no.
for saying that. 'Cause he is
Because no. That's
He
not
is
what we're gonna do.
For the ones that are great fathers.
Yes. So to the men that are out there that are great dads, I absolutely applaud you guys. For the men that stick it through, that go through the depression, and for the women that don't use your children as puppets over the dads, if it doesn't work out, yo, let him see his kid. All right? Just because he has a new girlfriend and moved on, don't be bitter. And for you men that don't want to see your kid's mother move on, let her move on, bro. You can still raise your kid as an adult and co-parent and everybody be fine. It's possible. It gets done. So let's try to bring our communities back together. Let's keep this black love going and glowing. All of it. Let's just keep the black love going because it's dope.
Amen.
Yo, 22 years, man, listen. That's dope.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Keep it going.
It's a lot of little steps.
Keep it going.
Just trying to outdo my grandparents. They would think
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Because you know what? You know what?
What?
Huh?
You said something about fucking a goat?
What? You know what? That's why I'm gonna stop the show because now we're hearing shit. We're hearing shit. So
No, that's it.
peace,
I swear that's what he just said.
peace, love, and light. We're not fucking go to that here. Nobody call the MSPCA. Is that who they are? Don't call the Anna Peter people. Don't call them on us. We're not fucking go at all.
We didn't say he said.
Shout out to all the great dads. Shout out to all the great moms. If you need support, there's help out there. if people are not receiving you expressing that you need that help, they're not your village. Please find someone.
Honestly.
There's help out there.
Mhm.
There are people that would take your kid and take him so you can sleep, so you can take a nap.
Yeah.
So you can play with your husband's balls or your boyfriend's balls.
Oh.
Who cares? There's people that will take your children. Panda Care will take your kids too. Look it up. www.pandacares, the number 4, the letter U.com. Like, I know some sign, baby. Like, look me up. I'll come to you. I love the babies. I love them. I do. Peace, love, and light. Do you guys want to shout anybody out?
All of us.
A business? Do you want to shout a business out?
I have one last thing to say.
Go ahead.
To any and all the fathers, if you don't know what to do, look for another father and get help.
Ah,
You can always feel overwhelmed.
yes.
Mothers will find other mothers all over the place, but
Hey,
a
yo.
father will always feel like they ain't shit. They don't know what they're doing.
Find another dad.
Find another dad. Dads
That's-
understand that.
Women with no children, it's okay. You ain't
It
got
is
no
okay.
rights.
You don't
Thank
have
you.
to.
And it's okay.
It's not all that it's wrapped up to be. It's really hard.
It's okay if you don't like kids, but it's even better if you want to help out your friends who do have kids every once in a while. Have
She
some
does. She be
friends
like, come over. She
And that's
does.
important.
I say come over. Let me be that home where you could leave the kids and you could come over and just have your me time.
And
I
another
just
valid
take my
point.
2 kids.
Another valid point. Bonus parents. Y'all are dope too. Don't ever make nobody feel like they're less than because they're a bonus parents. Being a bonus parent is hard as hell.
Yeah.
Because they're not your kid.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of thin line. There's a lot of red tape in being a bonus parent. So to the bonus parents that are out there, keep doing your job because these kids at the end of the day, they do need the love, regardless of where it's coming from, whether
They
they
see it,
appreciate
they
it or
feel
not.
it, and eventually they will
It
voice
keeps
that appreciation.
So
Definitely.
peace, love, and light. Shout us out. Shout out to Pentagasms, Nancy, Michael. Thank you for coming to the show. We appreciate you. Anybody else? Y'all want to say anything?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, y'all. We out.